Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Lewis Lake. We are grateful for your online presence with us as we share in worship. And I am coming to you today, again, kind of like last Sunday, not in the normal mode, but to talk to you about changes that we are making and the things that we are doing as we go forward. As you know, we just want to say thank you so much to everybody who continues to join us in this fashion. So glad that we can help you and encourage you, and that you can be a blessing to us as well. And so as we think about moving forward, we simply want to say thank you so much. But we are going to be making a few changes, and we wanted to explain that and to explain why that's going to be happening. In our old process, I don't know, some people didn't realize this, and I guess we never said it out loud, but in our old process, because of the speed of our internet connection out here at Lewis Lake, we were not able to stream live our worship service. That is, to put it on the internet as fast as it was happening. We had to pre-record that and then upload the video, and then it would work properly. And so this is what we've been doing for the past several weeks or a couple of months or however long we've been doing this, that we have been taking Thursdays and recording the service, recording the sermon, the music, and so forth and so on. And then after that was all taken care of, then Tammy and Joe would take that recording and they would begin to fuss with it. Editing, they call it. I call it fussing. And they would take out all the weird parts and make the transitions smooth and make sure the audio was properly loud enough and clear enough, and all of those kinds of things which added on quite a bit of time to our process. And then we would upload that to Facebook, we would upload that to YouTube, and we would set that to premiere or to play on Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. And so what you've been seeing from us on Sunday morning, we actually did on Thursday. As time has gone by, many of our other ministries have started to kick back into gear, and it was understandable when we first went in the quarantine lockdown that a lot of our ministries all came to a screeching halt, and we were just here, and we had time to do all of that stuff on Thursday. But now, as things re-engage and we start, all of our small groups and our Bible studies and our ministries are all re-engaging, and so we are running out of time during the week to do all of that recording and editing and uploading. And so we are changing our process to continue to make this possible. And this is what we're going to do. We are going to skip the Thursday recording, and we are simply going to record our worship service that we are sharing on Sunday morning here in our building. We're going to record that, and then after that's done, we're going to take that. We have to do a little bit of editing, because if we sing a song that's copyrighted, we can't put that on Facebook or on YouTube, or if we use other material. And furthermore, when we sing our hymns, the only one that you're going to hear singing is either myself or Joe. Neither one of us, it's not a pretty picture, and so we don't want to subject you to that, and so we're going to edit some of that stuff out, and really maybe it'll be just mostly the sermon which comes out of that with a little bit of other stuff in there. And so this will be our new process. Then after church, we're going to take that video and we're going to edit it just a little bit, as I said, taking out all those things. And then we're going to upload it, and then you'll be able to see it. So that will be a good thing for us, because it saves us a whole day of work. But it'll be maybe a little bit of a bummer for you because you will not be able to see the video at 9 o'clock on Sunday morning. It won't be available to you probably until Monday. And so you'll be able to go to church on Monday or Monday night or whatever schedule works for you. Personally, my own personal preference is I don't like that part of it. That's kind of what's kept us from doing that before. But to me, it was always wonderful that you in our online community could join us on Sunday morning right at the same time that we were doing pretty much all the same things that you were seeing on the video. I like that. It was appropriate, and it felt right to me. But we all have to make compromises and give up some things, I guess. And so we are going to go in this fashion. So we simply wanted you to be aware that Sunday morning our current worship service is not going to be available until Monday at some time. And so you'll get alerted to that, or you can just check in at YouTube channel or at that Facebook page. In these days, the mission of the church is interesting to think about because we live in challenging times that are pushing us to do these kinds of things. We are challenged in many ways, especially by the presence of COVID-19 and the challenges that presents to us. But regardless of what is happening in the world, the church's mission is always to help people to enter into a Christ-focused life, a life that is focused on Jesus Christ. And we do that in the good times, and we do that in the difficult times as well. So even though these are times of extraordinary circumstance and situations that are unique and special, nevertheless, we continue to try to do what we've always done, which is to help people like you and ourselves together to live not focused on crisis, not focused on discomfort, not focused on what we can't do, but focused on what we need to do, which is to turn our hearts to Jesus Christ each and every day. And we are seeing, in wonderful ways, people responding to those invitations, people responding to what God is doing, because that's how salvation works. God begins to speak to a human heart, and then he moves upon that heart to respond to what he has done, and people turn to the Lord in the most wonderful ways. And I can give personal testimony that as we have gone through these last many months now, we have seen the mission go forward. And we have seen people touched by the gospel. People are coming to us seeking baptism. People are coming to us seeking church membership. And we are seeing young and old being spoken to in very special ways by the gospel of Jesus Christ. Last Sunday, we had 14 of our students up here. Maybe you saw that video. And what a wonderful service it was. I don't know if through the online part of that, if you kind of could sense the spirit that was at work here in this place and in these students and in all of us. But it was an absolutely wonderful service, and I enjoyed it so much. We are seeing great ministry things taking place here at Lewis Lake, and it is so good to be part of that, to kind of be drug along as God does his work. And we recognize that actually the growing as a person, the advancement of a Christian in the Christian life, putting our eyes more and more on Jesus, that happens better or more often when things are challenging, when things are good, when things are easy. It's easy to wander away from the Lord. It's easy to take our focus off of the Lord and put it on different things. But when crisis comes, when challenge comes, when we are pushed, now we naturally begin to look to God. We naturally begin to think about Him. We naturally begin to think about our lives, where they're going, and what we need to be doing with them. And so, really, maybe this whole situation is a blessing in disguise. God using challenging things to win a great harvest for His Son, Jesus Christ. We are, this Sunday, ready to preach our last sermon on Matthew, big milestone for us. And as we do that, we're going to have a sense of accomplishment, a sense of blessing, and we're going to see where Matthew sends us as he comes to the end of his gospel story. And then after that, Joe and I have kind of decided we needed to turn, after 3.5 years in the New Testament, we needed to turn to the Old Testament and to something that's a little bit different. And so Joe suggested we take up the book of Ecclesiastes. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to start preaching from Ecclesiastes. You can start reading that book, although I've got to give you some warning there. There's some weird stuff in there, and that's why Joe, I think, wanted to take that up. And so we're going to be working our way through that to try to understand what the writer is saying about life and about godliness. But in connection with that book and looking at that, there's a gentleman by the name of R.C. Sproul who made this comment, because one of the things the writer explores is experiencing the pursuit of happiness in the secular life, apart from God. And Sproul makes this comment. He says, "The pursuit of happiness, especially in the experience of pleasure, leads to two things. And those two things are boredom or frustration." Boredom or frustration. That's what happens when you try to be happy without God. And that's why Ecclesiastes said everything is vanity, everything is futile, because it cannot deliver what we're asking it to deliver. God, through Christ, is bringing a new day. God, through Jesus Christ, is bringing a new world into existence. It's going to come someday. In this world, the secular world in which we live, there are joys and blessings that we can experience and find the happiness that's appropriate to them at that moment. But true happiness, complete fulfillment, is not available here. And we're finding that out now during this crazy coronavirus, that we're just not able to experience the joy and happiness of life that we long for, that we want. But God has promised that through Jesus Christ, He is bringing a new day and a new world. And that new world is a place where true joy is not only possible, but certain. And so we encourage you, as you think about sticking with us for the future, to come and keep coming back to these videos and connecting with them, even though it's going to be a day late. And we pray that the Lord will bless you as you live in the light of all of these amazing promises that God has given. And as you wrestle with the issues of lockdown or quarantine, masks and hand sanitizers, and can I go here and can I go there? As you wrestle with all that, I want you to look up and say, "Thank you, Lord, because I know that during these challenging times, you really are at work, and I want to be part of that. I want to experience what you are doing in my life," and turn a new heart of faith to the Lord and let Him lead you into places you have never been before. So the Lord bless you. Thank you so much. We'll see you again on a future day.